So far, we learned about bioinformatics education and research training, emphasizing the role of bioinformatics in every research lab and the evolving role of bioinformatics in universities and research labs in India. Now that we know about all the opportunities around us, the question arises, how do we prepare ourselves for the research labs? How do we get the required training and enhance our skill set? Not only this, but also work on a research project and get a good hands on before we actually hit the industry. To get all your answers, let's learn about OmicsLogic Research Fellowship Program. The Research Fellowship Program has been designed to help young researchers and students take advantage of the bioinformatics resources for analysis of complex life science data and become versed in bioinformatics. Research fellows participate in cutting edge bioinformatics research led by expert mentors. The fellowship program will offer a combination of online resources and mentor guidance to prepare you and help you complete a bioinformatics project. The platform is a cloud-based analytical server, that is a TBioInfo server, which uses research labs and independent scientists around the world, the data generated by these labs. In the Omics Research Fellowship Program, the research fellows will get a chance to develop an independent research project, learn to utilize big data analysis tools, get guidance from experienced mentors, get an exposure, certification, and feedback, and get an access to OmicsLogic courses. Now, these courses are there on the portal. We'll be just taking you to the portal in some time, and we'll showcase you all the resources that are up there, which you can learn from and leverage the most. So these courseworks are on multi-omics, which includes genomics, transcriptomics, metagenomics, epigenomics, data science using R, Python specifically for bioinformatics and machine learning. And also you will find various OmicsLogic project examples to understand how the things that you learn in the coursework could be applied to answer real-life research problems or research questions maybe. And all this will be done through TBioInfo server, which is an AI-based web server for multi-omics big data analysis. So now talking about our community, we leverage publicly available data, online tools for big data analysis, and a network of mentors to help students learn bioinformatics, apply their skills to meaningful research projects, and work with mentors on turning their projects into publications or research posters. The programs we offer provide training, access to high quality tutorials and tools anyone can learn to use independently. The program is offered at university, high school, or community colleges levels, as well as directly to citizen scientists around the world. We have associated with industry and academic mentors with years of expertise in computational approaches for basic and translational research, biotechnology and pharma companies, as well as emerging domains like space omics and translational cancer bioinformatics, infectious diseases, vaccine research, computational neuroscience, AI-driven cheminformatics, and drug discovery. Now, to talk about the structure of the research fellowship program, the program is structured in such a way that the fellows are supposed to go through an extensive training process in the beginning of their fellowship period, where they learn about the key concepts of whichever specialization track they pick. It could be oncology, infectious diseases, neurosciences, space omics, agriculture, etc. They learn about various data extraction, analysis, visualizations, algorithms involved, methodologies followed. They practice it on the TBioInfo server and finally propose a research question when they all are geared up with the knowledge and expertise in hand. Throughout this process of training and working on an independent research projects, the research fellows interact with the mentors and OmicsLogic community through online Zoom meetings and communication channels like Skype and Slack. They help us stay in touch with our fellows anytime they need assistance. And once the fellows have completed their project, then they can present their work to the community in the form of a poster presentation or a research publication, or even submit it in their institutions to fulfill the requirement of a minor, major, or dissertation project. So now let's look at some of our research fellows projects and also learn more about the outcomes of the research fellowship program by one of our mentors, whose name is Dr. Raghavendra. So over to you, Dr. Raghav. Dr. Raghav, we can't hear you. Okay, just a second, sir. Can you unmute yourself now? Ojasvi, can you make Dr. Raghav host? Let me. So try it now. I've changed the settings.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Perfect. We can hear you.
Yeah, I think you can hear me. Thank you very much, Sonalika. And let's find ways to share my screen. Can you see my screen? I think you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
Thank you. It's still not responding to me. Can you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I got it. Yeah. Thank you, Sonalika. And it's great to be here with everybody. Yeah. So, what happened? See my screen again?
So it was visible earlier, but I think it's not up here. I think you need to reshare.
Yeah, I think I need to reshare, but it's not. Okay, let me check again. My computer. Let's try one more time. No, it's not working. Okay, I think I got it now. I think I got it. My Zoom just got frozen for some period. Sorry for the hiccup.
It's perfectly fine. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Sonalika. And it's one more time, it's great to be here. So today I'm excited to share with you about how this research fellowship program works and how we have structured this research fellowship program. So the goal of this program is to provide training in bioinformatics to enable independent research, which is guided by mentors and with peers to develop or to develop a research project, including using big data bioinformatics analysis on your own, project on your own. So we actually enable students from all backgrounds, like from undergrad, from masters, and from PhD level, and even faculties, to develop a novel and independent research using the latest technology and the lessons that we have in Learn OmicsLogic platform. So yeah, so this program is actually structured that so that the students get guided through various areas of bioinformatics data analysis using practical examples. So during this program, we go through several high-quality publications, and to learn about the applications of these methods in projects that these publications describe. So this kind of hands-on experience will allow beginners to try computational biology techniques on public domain data, and it will also make everybody to work with large files and extract meaningful information from, let's say, data that includes patient samples, data that includes animal models and cell line models, microbiome data, and etc., etc. So this program actually provides support, mentorship, and extensive training to involve or to implement all the skills that you have learned from the Learn OmicsLogic platform to the proposed research ideas and the topic on your own. So at the key basis of this program is to develop a project or to develop a title of your project. And the project development for this research program involves these 7 steps. So for every project, we follow these well-defined steps. So you start by framing the question, and which is followed by extensive literature review. So once you have identified a topic of interest, then we collect the data from publicly available resources that will validate your hypothesis, or that will help you design a more interesting question and explore for possible patterns And from these exploratory analysis, from these hypotheses, we can actually decide on the type of in-depth analysis to be performed for the data. So after performing these analysis, we can then interpret the results in the biological connotation or the biological relevance for the samples, and by connecting the big data omics, and by connecting the patterns that we find from this omics data to the phenotypical characteristic of the biological sample. So in the end of it all, after completing your project, then you are encouraged and you will be required to submit your research projects and communicate your results to the OmicsLogic platform, and you will be as a part of students project. So let's take a couple of steps from this project development as an example, and see in little bit discuss in little bit detail how we are actually trying to frame a question that involves or that helps you to start your project effectively. So at the basis of all, we have to start from a topic that you care about, or start from a topic that interests you the most. And you can actually start with a topic that you have some prior knowledge about, and then slowly expand to include topics that could be of interest not only to you, but to general public or to general audience, to generalize your interest in these topics. And then you can proceed to design or proceed to develop more refined hypothesis or exploratory questions for your specific project. And we also have to find, once you have a set of questions that you want to explore, then we have to find the availability or the suitability of the data that exists in public repository that can help you answer your question and identify a perfect title or a specific aim for your research project. So yeah, so as you explore the topic and make note of hypotheses and questions and the data sets reference, many questions will come, or many questions in will come to your mind, and you have to pick and choose that is going to fill the gap in the literature. So when you find something really interesting, you have to find the suitability of that interesting thought to be translated into formal research statement or formal research problem, and that will form your topic. So obviously, collecting raw data or primary data for your research and finding these sources are very important. So once you have once you have your hands on some of the data that is available, you can perform some exploratory analysis and try to find if the data has some pattern that will eventually answer your question. And if that does not, then you go back to the step again, refine your question again, and try to include more data, or try to be inclusive of expand your such question to include more data and more types of data, and then thus you can refine your hypothesis as such. So this, yeah, so of course we have a course designing a bioinformatics research project, which details on how to proceed with all the steps discussed above, and it also goes in detail about how to start with the literature review and go on about each and every steps of those 7 steps to research project that I discussed about. So yeah, you are encouraged to check this course, which will be extremely valuable for budding students like you. And let's wait for my PowerPoint to respond again. Is it? Yes. So let's take few examples of students submitted research projects on a variety of topics that we have already. It's again not responding. Let me, for a short while, switch off my video. Maybe it's eating up a lot of bandwidth. I'm not able to stop my video also. If I'm still audible, I would pass it on to Dr. Mohit and come back to a couple of slides where I'm going to discuss some of the students' project that is submitted to our portal. It looks like my computer is not responding for some reasons.
Thank you, Dr. Raghav. Yeah, I think we are running out of time. So thank you for your presentation and describing the structure of the program. And maybe now also we have the student presentations coming up. So I'll request Persh to also reach out to those students who are already here and get them ready. Meanwhile, I'll just share a little bit about the research fellowship program that we have been discussing in this session. I hope that my screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible. Now it's not.
Just a second. Yeah, it was was not playing, so I think it's fine now. So as you learned about the OmicsLogic Research Fellowship, similarly, the collaboration, what we are trying to do is that the collaboration between industry and academia is the key. That has been being discussed in the symposium, and we were going to learn from a lot of speakers who are coming from industry as well as from academia. So we believe that this collaboration between industry and academia is the key to catalyzing innovation and growth. So industry partnership is instrumental in advancing research and in the creation of skilled force work. So this is something that we are looking at as a community, as a company also, to address this huge gap between data and the information that we have been talking about. I wanted to share how our OmicsLogic community is growing with young researchers who are contributing by working with experts and generating these amazing resources and projects and outcomes as a part of this experience. So I was like really very excited also. I just wanted to include that in this presentation, that I was really excited to check the results from the symposium registrations form submission. So the results suggested that 30% of all of you, the participants, would like to learn about genomics and its application. 20% of all the participants said that they're interested in transcriptomics. And then 21% of all the students said that they're interested in data science and machine learning. And then there was an interest in epigenomics, which is 13%, and then metagenomics 10%, and structural biology 8%. So I'm really happy because many of you are inquisitive to learn more about these new technologies that we have been discussing, like precision medicine, precision agriculture. So as many of students and faculty are already are part of this OmicsLogic research community, in my presentation, I will cover that how research university research program, what is this research university program, research fellowship university program, and how it is structured. So just to quickly tell you a little bit about it. So what we did is like a collaboration with several leaders in this area, where they have an experience of over 30-40 years in education, discussing about this about the structure of how we can help students and enable faculty and create a pipeline to make the skilled workforce do translational research, to do research which includes these resources that we have created for the students to utilize. So as I was saying, that these problems that we are discussing in our research fellowship program and these research areas that we are discussing is just not related to bioinformatics, but application of bioinformatics in different fields. So we have collaborators in the US, Africa, and India, and other places. So they are working on medical biotechnology, plant and environmental biotechnology, biochemical engineering, cellular and molecular data generation, and computational biology and bioinformatics. So this enriched community where experts are from almost all the fields of biology and expertise of data science and machine learning. If we incorporate that and with the help of industry, I think you can envision a complete pipeline for students to learn all of this. So this is the pipeline that we created for a student to go through a very basics, like basic training to utilizing some of the advanced tools that we've been discussing, like AI and machine learning and all of that. And then how this is used in terms of application, like how this skill sets, how these tools, how these algorithms can be used to crunch biological data and to gain insights which are really valuable for anyone to know. So that value obviously is going to help you to get it maybe published or get grants and all of those things that you learned from a previous speaker. So this is the pathway that we are focused on, where we have incorporated different elements that we have prepared and created and put together on OmicsLogic Learn and TBioInfoServer. So as I was telling you, that the first step is to learn about the basics, start with the OmicsLogic basic curriculum, and which covers the basics of NGS and also these important technologies where we are focused on analysis, downstream analysis, and also understanding that how can we replicate this while using coding or a non-coding environment. So after that, we learn about the projects that are available, which is to learn about the application. So you have to understand that how can an actual problem is conceptualized. So many students learn about these different techniques, but when it comes to like applying this technique, there is a huge gap also. So many students, when they go to a research lab and they write it in their CV that they know genomics and they know these tools and that tools, and that you will see many times that we get in the CVs. But what recruiters are more interested is in the application, and not only just the tools, because in the end you have to have that thinking about how to solve problems. That requires a lot of experience working on different types of project examples, data sets. So this is what we are doing in step 2. Then we have these all different areas where student now goes and chooses which area is what interests the most and develop research ideas and research projects. And in this intermediate step, we have training programs such as infectious diseases, precision oncology, precision medicine, which is very much specific about these application of these technologies, which we run throughout the year. It includes also the upcoming areas such as space omics, and then understanding the three-dimensional data, which is what we have seen in the last presentation, that how these different areas of bioinformatics research are combined together, are interconnected to help in the process of finding a solution such as drug discovery and helping for human healthcare. So these internship tracks are divided. So we have research fellowships where we help students and faculty to collaborate and develop these projects. And then once the student is capable and know how to do this analysis, they are more they get opportunities such as industry internships, where they are getting paid for knowing and doing these analysis for specific programs, for specific groups, and specific research labs. So similarly, like the step involves integration of the faculty, which is very critical at this point of time, because as a university ecosystem where we are trying to enable students to work on research projects that are defined by faculty who are interested in incorporating these bioinformatics tools, these bioinformatics research, utilization of the big data, utilization of the public repositories into their research, so that they can enhance their research, so that these research have high value and good outcomes. So our team, we work with the faculty to help them develop these projects further, and then the students to work on these projects. Similarly, we have an initiative called Omics. It's a free student club where we invite the faculty and also help the local community, or also help the international community, online community, to learn about these specific areas of research and to learn about how research is done through in different research labs via these researchers, faculties, and what are the different areas that they can contribute it, similar to the session that we that we had. So all of this involves research consultation, where we are talking about these different areas of research, working on these different areas of research, utilizing public repositories, utilizing our online tools, utilizing the TBIOinfo server, and coming up with projects and outcomes for students, helping them to get scholarship, helping them to do this on their own, supporting them throughout their period of internship, and then that leads to this amazing results when these students from undergraduate and postgraduate degrees come up with a really noble project. Not only that, they get a profile and certification to showcase to the world, and also the experience to work on a real research project with real data sets. So we have several of these students who were able to complete this and will be able to present their results in the upcoming session. So without wasting much time, I'd like to pass the session to Sonalika to introduce the judges of the session of the poster presentation, where we will have the opportunity to learn from these students who have completed their project, completed entire analysis on their own, and have shared their experience as well. Thank you so much.